How is he feeling?
Smooth, a little slimy.
You know, whoever sees him, you know, it's pretty able, do you have piranha in your room? Awesome. He doesn't have many tricks, just eating things. My pet is a red-breasted piranha, whose name is Abaddon the Destroyer.
He doesn't really like being touched. He's not a cuddly pet. He usually hides in the cave all the time and under rocks in very tight places. That's kind of what he does. The newt's name is Stewie. He has an orange belly. Had him since sophomore year, and he came from the pet store in town. I like the aquarium. It's kind of zen-like. It's very calming, and with the fake plant, it brings a little green into the room.
I got them like, what's it, fall term? Yeah, fall term, because they had some sort of competition about goldfishes. They were giving out goldfishes, and it was something competition about who can keep a goldfish for the longest or something. Actually, my goldfish died, so this is my roommate bought another goldfish.
The name came from watching Family Guy, because obviously the newt is going to take over the world, and so we named him Stewie to facilitate that. My friend over spring break was carrying him in a car to get him to Watson, where the spring break people were living. He jumped out of the aquarium somehow, or jumped out of the Tupperware container he was in, and explored the car a little bit.
I always think I overfeed them, but they always look hungry. So when my fishes were starting to die, you know, I was looking for several reasons why my fishes were dying, and I couldn't find. You know, there were so many theories. Sometimes overfeeding. Sometimes I guess I just forget about the aquarium. You know, it's there and it gets, I guess, too dirty for the fishes and they die. And yeah, one of them I guess died because of scarcity of oxygen. Usually after parties you find lots of beer, you know, spilled all over the place. You know, and there once I found, I think it was red wine spilled all over this you know, aquarium nearby it. So I was suspecting that someone tried to put beer into it or wine into it. You know, the first fish, no, actually fish, it was the frog that I named. When it died, you know, I was kind of sad, and I think you grow a kind of attachment when you name the fish or frog. So after that, I stopped naming the fishes. Sometimes I even talk to them, but I don't really get attached.
Well, it's kind of predictable, you see, and he usually eats when it's dark, or he tends to, so, you know, I'll hear things scuffling in the tank, and, you know, there'll be heads in the tank in the bottom when I wake up. The pure ambience of it, of having a carnivorous fish in your room, is just hard to beat. They'll kind of go after me if I'm overhearing, you know, butt against the glass. When I first bought him, he was just, you know, 2 inches long, but I didn't realize that they jump, you know, because you never hear piranhas jumping. And so I didn't have a top on it, and he kept, you know, flying out of his tank, which is a real issue, because it's, you know, I'd be doing my homework here, thud, and there'd be a piranha on my desk. Actually, at one point I couldn't have my homework in because the piranha ruined my homework, which is one of the better excuses I've had. It's a big fish-shaped imprint on the paper.
I had some plants at school. Then my friend killed them over spring break last year. So I'm more motivated not to have the newt die than I am a plant.
At this point, he could take a finger off. His jaws are big enough, and, you know, the muscles are strong enough to take a finger clean off. And these has lived like 10, 15 years, so I need to keep replacing it. They also never stop growing, which is another plus. Well, if he enters my tank, I'll have a whole other set of problems. Instead of being like an 8-inch piranha, which is lethal. Yeah, and then, you know, I'd get another bigger tank at that point. I feel he'd earned it for staying alive under my poor care for, you know, 3 or 4 years at that point.
I don't know after college, because obviously I mean, I don't, I'm from India, so after college I'll go back to India, and I don't think I'm allowed to carry fishes in the plane, so I'll just give it to somebody, or I don't know. I've never thought about it. So, because probably I don't expect them to live them that long.